Hi guys, this is Dave, and you are here with us with the Community Empowerment Live. And please welcome Councillor Suman Saha from Cumberland City Council.
Thank you, Debhaji. It's great to join again with Rachna Soni and Senior Constable Gunit Gerwal from Parramatta Police Area Command to talk about the New South Wales health orders, and they will be answering some of the questions that our community have.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rachna. I'm the Multicultural Community Liaison Officer from Parramatta Police Area Command, and here we have.
Good afternoon, everyone. Senior Constable Guerrero from Parramatta Police Area Command. I belong to the licensing unit at Parramatta Police Area Command. So I'm happy to be here and I will endeavor to answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rachna Soni ji and Senior Constable Gunit Gerwal ji, for joining us and for your time. As of 26th of July, today we know there is 145 COVID cases in New South Wales and probably 6 COVID cases in hotel quarantine. Altogether is 151 cases. This is a concern that our community has, but our community also at large wants to do the right thing. But you must appreciate and understand it is also difficult and somehow probably hard every time for the community to go and follow the New South Wales health orders. And that's why they're reaching out to you, Parramatta Police Area Command, or through to us, like the community leaders, and seeking the answer of some of the questions. We can't answer these questions, but we understand and we appreciate that as a law enforcement agencies, police can answer some of these questions to help our community better understand the health orders and what they can do and what they should not be doing. So thank you. And with that, may I ask you the first question that we have received from our community members. The first question is, are partners allowed to visit home if they live few kilometers away on a special occasions?
All right. Thanks for the question. Basically, the question asks about special occasion. So what I understand about the special occasion is we call special occasion birthday parties or weddings. If that's the case, if I'm understanding the question right, then the answer is no, you can't. However, there are some exceptions to the rules. For example, compassionate reasons. So if you're leaving your home to attend your partner's place of residence for a compassionate reason, yes, then you can. But the answer to special occasions, if they are weddings or birthday parties or cultural events, celebrations, then no.
Thank you very much. That leads us to the next question. And we are getting these questions a lot. In fact, this morning, officers, I received a call from one of the business owner. He lives in Schofield. He has a printing business and his warehouse is in Seven Hills. So both of his place of residence and his business is in Blacktown, LGA. So his question is he allowed to travel from Schofield to his warehouse at Seven Hills?
So his warehouse is in Schofield, right?
Yeah, yes.
Where he wants to travel to?
Seven Hills.
Seven Hills. So like unless it's a essential work, you're not allowed to travel to work. And your employer or New South Wales Health has basically issued some guidelines in relation to that. If you are a authorized worker, then you can leave as well. So as I said, there are exceptions to the rule as well. So in relation to painting business, my understanding would be, look, if it can be done by click and collect basis, that's what the health is advertising for, encouraging for. So if you can work from home, if you can run your business from home, you can still do the painting. I understand it's a painting business. You can sell the paintings online. then we should encourage it should be done online. Then click and collect is obviously allowed.
Okay.
And to add that to that, Mr. Manjing, there is a list of authorized workers available on the New South Wales Health website, which would list all the authorized workers who can travel.
Yeah.
So,
So the way he is actually interpreting the health advice we have in New South Wales website, because he actually does the printing, so manual printing of the flyers or promotional materials. He thinks he should be classified as um, commercial manufacturing sort of business, and he thinks it should be exempted, so he should be allowed to travel from Schofield to Seven Hills.
if his work of place is under the list of those authorized workers, yes, he can travel. If it is not, he's taking a risk to travel and fulfill his work duties. This should be made clear if he's again in the list of those authorized workers.
Thank you very much. And the other question we have here is a very common question. What are the requirements for retail shop opening?
Mhm.
For the retail shops, basically, if they are non-essential, the same thing as I said before in relation to the painting business. So, if you are non-essential, the advice is you do as a online business, and customer can buy by clicking going online. That's why it's called click and collect. Then they can attend your business to collect it from the business. But having said that, there are further requirements when people are attending your business. So then the numbers are capped. So you can't have so many people attending your business at the same time. So make sure you allocate a different time to comply with their numbers requirement. And as I would encourage anyone with a question, they can contact health, they can ring services New South Wales, and they are well equipped and they will be able to give more advice in relation to very specific questions about specific businesses.
Thank you very much. Moving on to the next one. I find this one is an interesting one. I understand and I know that many people now in home isolation, and they're probably feeling isolated and are going through or facing some challenges with their mental health. So the next question is related to these mental health issues. So the question is, the way I understand the question is that wearing mask due to mental health reason, are these exempt from the health orders? So I think let me ask you this question again. I think mask is now compulsory, but if someone is having mental health issues, um, can they not wear mask?
Okay, yeah, yes, there is exemption given in that area, but there is an expectation that you must carry a certificate from a GP, a doctor, or an DEIS provider, and also a statutory declaration saying this is my condition which preventing me from wearing a mask, and I acknowledge that if I lie in this declaration, I will be committing an offense. And then you need to produce a certificate or stat that if you ask to produce by a police, and you must basically give your name and address to police as well if they request you to provide that. So I hope I answered the question, or you want a bit more
No, no, no.
clarification.
I think you have answered the question. The way I understand, officer, is that if you have a valid reason, and if you carry a certificate, and that shows that wearing mask probably will be a disadvantage to you, carry that certificate, and you will be exempt from the wearing mask rule. Am I right?
Correct. If your doctor says authorize you, yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on to our next question, is that can we shift home if we buy or rent a house in this lockdown?
Yes, the short answer is yes. So obviously, it needs to be done in a responsible way. If you can do it by yourself, so we will encourage you do it with your family members who live with you. And if you need help from a friend or some other party or mobilist, yes, it can be done, but in a COVID safe, responsible way.
The next question, and I think this is a question we are receiving from many of our community members because now everyone wants to get the vaccine, but they also have concern when they're going to go to get vaccine, can they leave their child with someone else? And I think this question is probably related to that. Can I leave my child with my friend while going for vaccination?
Well, if in that case, if the friend is the only person who can look after your kid or your child, and you have no other family support, and the child is comfortable to be left with your family friend, because you're, see, Sumanji, you're actually minimizing the risk of harm for your child, and you're going for a legit reason, a valid reason, which is getting a vaccination. The answer to that question would be yes, you can.
Thank you, Rachanaji. Moving on to the next question is, how can ethnic media to help support the police and other authorities in order to bring some positive vibe during this difficult time?
Simanji, to answer that question, I think the ethnic media, the more they engage with the police, the more opportunity we get to talk to the community and provide clarity and answer questions in exactly the same format, that the platform that you've given us. I think the community would have clearer direction to where we are heading. I think that's probably would answer this question.
Thank you, Rachanaji. Now, let's move on to and hear from you. What do you really suggest our community at large to do and follow to stop the spread of this deadly COVID-19 virus? And I request if you can answer it in English, and also if you can answer it other language like Hindi, because some of our viewers will be from ethnic community and they will understand Hindi, because our broadcast generally goes to the people living in the Western Sydney, and I think a lot of people in Western Sydney understand Hindi. So I request if you can please address our audience to what they should be doing responsibly to stop a spread of this COVID-19 virus in English and Hindi, if you please.
Lovely. Very happy to do that, Samanji. There are five key messages, or rather, I would say there are some key messages that have been given to the police, and the police would really want the community to follow those messages. I would just read them out. They're very clear, very common sense messages. I think all of us are already doing it. My advice or my request for the community would be, please do not take this as a jail town. These are general advice. If you follow it, everyone will be safe. So, for example, I'll start the messaging now and I'll say it in English and then I'll say it in Hindi. So please stay at home and there's no visitors allowed. Only your immediate family members is you should be staying home with. And these are the people who you stay home with and you sleep in the same house. So my advice would be कि आप अपने करीबी परिवार के साथ ही घर पे रहें, और ये करीबी करीबी परिवार आपके वो लोग हैं जो आपके साथ रात बिताते हैं सेम एड्रेस पे। आपके घर में कोई विजिटर्स नहीं होने चाहिए. दिस इंक्लूड्स द फैमिली मेंबर्स हु डू नॉट लिव विद यू. सो अगर आपके फ्रेंड्स फैमिली फ्रेंड्स हैं, आपके चाचा हैं, आपके सिस्टर इन लॉ हैं, ब्रदर इन लॉ हैं, please do not have them over because it's stay home orders. Yeah. Please do not put your mother, grandparents, other elderly into risk by visiting other family friends, क्योंकि वो बहुत vulnerable हैं. These are the people who need your help at the moment. So minimize going to people, or rather, I should not use the word minimize. Completely cease, stop going and visiting to other people or your friends and family. एंड स्टे होम ऑर्डर्स मीन स्टे होम ऑर्डर्स, आप घर पे ही रहें. इस चीज को प्लीज समझें कि स्टे होम का मतलब है स्टे होम. अपनी फैमिली फ्रेंड्स, अगेन आई रिपीट, डू नॉट विजिट देम. एक टाइम आएगा जब हम लोग सब विजिट कर पाएंगे, बट वी हैव टू बी टुगेदर विद दिस. The next point that the police would like you to focus on is testing. जैसे ही आपको symptoms लगे, please go and get tested. छींक आए, खांसी आए, go and get tested. जस्ट बिकॉज आपको सिम्टम्स नहीं है इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप पॉजिटिव नहीं होंगे या आपको कोविड नहीं है. स्टिल गेट टेस्टेड. अगर आपको लगता है कि आप किसी के क्लोज कांटेक्ट में आए हैं या फिर आपको लगता है कि हमने कैजुअल कांटेक्ट भी हुआ है, किसी से ब्रीफ इंटरेक्शन भी हुआ है, गेट योरसेल्फ टेस्टेड. It is for the safety of the community. Mask, again, we've already touched that part of the mask already in our previous discussion. Mask is mandatory. जब भी घर से बाहर निकले कृपया मास्क पहने, मास्क लेके जाएं, क्योंकि सडनली हो सकता है कि आप ऐसे एनवायरनमेंट में आ जाए जहाँ पे 4-5 लोग हो. You would have to wear a mask in that situation. And especially in areas where आप queuing हैं to collect your food, to collect essentials, please wear a mask. Lastly, we are all together in this. We need your support. और ये compliance जो है ये आपके loved ones के लिए है. अगर आप हमारा साथ देंगे, we'll be able to stop the spread of this virus. These are some messages that the police would like the community to follow and to focus on. Thank you from our side. Please, any more questions, we are happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Rachna Soniji and Senior Constable Gunit Garwalji from Parramatta Police Area Command. I also like to acknowledge and thank Dev Sidhu. Both myself and Dev Sidhu are not providing you any advice in relation to the health orders. That's not our job, but we are trying to work with our police department and get you the answer of the questions that you probably need from us to pass through this difficult time. As we hear from our officers, stay home, stay safe, wear mask if you go out, and just do whatever is required for you to do to stop spread the virus and follow the advice that you have just hear from Rachna Soniji. So thank you very much once again for your time. I give it to Dev Sidhu to conclude this session now.
थैंक यू सुमन जी. मैं हिंदी में एक सवाल पूछना चाहूँगा जी. एसेंशियल वर्कर्स के बारे में क्या है कि कुछ एसेंशियल प्लेसेस हैं कि सबको बोला गया है कि आप 72 आवर्स में टेस्ट करवाएं अगर आपको जॉब पे आना है तो वो 72 आवर्स में क्या है कि वन दैट गेट टेस्टेड दे नीड टू स्टे होम until they get the result. So, or they need to just get tested consistently and keep going to work. ये थोड़ा confusion है. Can you please clarify that?
Alright, as per my personal understanding is, if you have your workplace have told you to get tested, you need to stay at home until you have a negative result. However, if your workplace is telling you you need to do a mandatory testing within every 72 hours, they have been given the guidelines. So ask from your workplace to issue the guidelines as being prepared by New South Wales Health, and read those guidelines. Make sure you make yourself aware with those guidelines. So the reason I'm saying this, one workplace could be different from the second workplace. A hospital setting environment could be different from a aged care. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying for example
It
purposes.
is.
So
Yeah.
get in contact with your employer. They have the guidelines. Ask for the guidelines, read them, make yourself aware, or ask the question to your employer, so they will be best to advise you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Sumanji. Thanks for your time. And further question, if there is any, we referring everyone to go, to police line or service NSW. And there are a lot of ways to connect and get more information on website. So thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much.